Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're going to be playing some Doomspire Brickbattle. You're probably you're wondering why. Asking me why. Why am I in a private server? Well, today is the truth. I'm also playing the new version more than the older version now. Trust me, I actually think the new version is better. And I'm sure most people would feel the same way. So I'm going to do. Also, there's this YouTuber, Mr. Roblox. He doesn't really play Roblox anymore, but I basically learned all these tricks from his video, and I also have talked about him in one of my Doomspire videos. So I'm going to be doing every possible trick in this game, and I'll be doing it from easy to impossible. And the last trick is really hard, guys, so you would definitely want to practice this a lot to get good at it. So, anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to show you the trick and explain how to do it. I will then show some uses for it. Let me make sure that my graphics are low. Yep. And I'll show you, and I'll rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 on how difficult it is, and I'll also rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 about how useful it is. So yeah, anyway, let's get started with the video. So the first trick we are going to learn is sword jumping. So sword jumping is like, it's a very useful trick, and it's very easy to do. So, just get your sword. They actually changed the look of the sword. It's more of a blue color now. Or is that for the effect I have? Oh no. But, anyways. So, sword jumping is where you jump and double click with your sword. And it helps you get a higher boost. Like, let's say if someone is shooting a rocket there, you want to hide somewhere up here. See, I can't get up here with my normal jump, but if I do this, I can. And let's say there's... Whoops. You used to be able to break your ladders in the old version, but you can't really do it anymore. And same thing with the stairs, you can't do it anymore. So let's say there's no ladder here, and it's pretty much impossible to get up here with the regular jump, unless you got super lucky. Oh, it's actually... Wait, it actually seems pretty easy now, but you just press spacebar and then you press W, and so you're kind of like, but you do have to get lucky, and it is pretty hard. It's pretty hard, actually. Because you have to get lucky and then, like, kind of to a point where you're hanging on it like that, and then just press W. Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of people couldn't do it. So instead, bring your sword, and then do the sword. So that, it's a very useful. So yeah, we have 4 minutes already. 30 seconds. That's odd. Anyways, so in terms of difficulty, it's definitely a 1. It's very easy to do. I think anyone can master it within seconds of trying it. It's just jumping and double clicking. I usually don't have R6 avatar on, but I usually use that for Doomspire Brickbattle. like forget to change it if I'm playing a game where I use R15 avatar. Anyways, so in terms of usefulness, it is, I'd say it's a 9, because it's very useful, and it just really helps you when you need a little boost. Like, if you need a little boost, the sword jump is your go-to. So, yeah. Anyways, on to the next trick. The next trick we're going to learn is bomb jumping. So, bomb jumping is just laying a bomb quickly and jumping at the same time. Well, laying a bomb and jumping at the same time. And you'll go flying upward. So yeah, it is a very useful trick. Like let's say you wanted to. Okay, let's learn. Let's say you want to get up to your tower. You can just bomb jump. It's easier to do this in first person, so that you can land on it. And also, you can store launch to slow your fall. You can't really get up there with a sword. Okay, we'll learn those tricks in a little bit. And yeah. So what you want to do is just, or actually no, why am I doing all that other stuff? So this is a very useful trick. It is very easy to do. It's just jumping quickly, arguably easier than the sword jump. But yeah, it's very useful. I use this most of my games that I play. And mostly when I put a bridge, or I put a bomb at the bridge, and someone's trying to attack me. It's like easy, super easy to do. In terms of difficulty, it's definitely a 1. In terms of usefulness, it's I'll give it a 9.5 because it's very useful when you need high jump. Like, let's say, okay, I'm just gonna do this once, but I will be doing other things, but I will be doing other tricks, but I'm like the trick I'm doing now, but I'll explain that a different time. And by the way, I'm not doing anything right now, I'm just showing another case for the bomb jump. If you don't believe me, then you'll see. So, like, if your base is broken like this, instead of going, like, noobs would have to go all the way up the stairs, and go up the ladders as well. Yeah. So, instead of, like, going up the stairs, like, we can just do this. I actually failed. But you just want to, like, go on the edge and then jump. Oh my god. I hate when I fall to the bottom, even if I'm trying to, like, do something. Let's say, like, half of your base is broken. So So what you want to do, it's not working. So maybe go a little bit higher. Oh my freaking god. Oh my god. Guys, I'm just getting really pissed off right now because I'm trying to show how to do the tricks. And this is not the kind of video I want to make when I'm constantly not able to do what I need to do. So just kind of like jump off the edge and then go back, and then you'll land on the top. And sometimes you'll like be on the bottom layer, and sometimes you can't really get all the way there. But yeah, that's it. On to the next trick. The next trick we're going to learn is rocket boosting. It's like when you jump. It's like when you place. You have to look down for this and have like the cursor kind of like on your head or down at your feet. And you can do it in shift lock, it still works, but it's better to do it this way. Like, let's say you want to get a jump up in the air, but you just use the bomb. And you want to, like, kill somebody. If someone's, like, right there, you can just kill them and then jump up in the air at the same time. It's an easy trick to do. So, yeah, some use... The way I explain it is pretty much the only use for it. So it's definitely not going to be a high rating of usefulness. But yeah. So on terms of difficulty, I'd say it's a 2. I'd say it's a 2 because a lot of people can't really like jump. It may seem pretty hard at first, but once you do it, it's going to get very easy to do. So on terms of usefulness, I'd say it's a 6 because it's really not that useful, and a lot of people don't really need to use it, and you really don't need to use this trick to be good at the game. Anyways, on to the next trick we're going to learn. By the way, guys, if it's a 1, then anyone could do it, and if it's a 10, then it's impossible to do it, in terms of difficulty. The next trick we are going to learn is rocket bomb. So it's where you place the bomb and then you jump on the bomb. And you do have to time it right. So, yeah. Let's say if you just want to go, like, you get a really high boost in the air. It's pretty useful, but not that much. It's better to just bomb jump if you want to save time. So, it's basically just jump on the bomb, place it. So, on terms of usefulness, I'd say it's probably a 6 because you really, actually no, maybe I'll give it a 7 because it can be that's another use for like a bomb jump. I'd say it's probably a 3 because you do have to time it right. But other than that, it's really useful, but I think it can be useful in some ways though. Anyways, on to the next trick. The next trick we are going to learn is bomb flying, which is a little bit harder. And it's also because you have to time it right, and you also have to. A lot of times you can jump far enough, or you can jump either not far enough or too far. So, yeah, like instead of like if you're trying to destroy a base, it's where you place the bomb and then you jump in front of it, and right before it explodes, you jump for it, and it'll give you a boost. So, what you need to do, or no, I already explained. Wait, what? So let's say, why do we keep doing? Oh my gosh. So what you have to do is like, or what? Oh my gosh, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's not, I'm not sleep deprived or anything. There's something wrong with my brain. So some uses, like instead of, like if you're trying to destroy a base, instead of like walking across the bridge, what you can do instead is place a bomb and then bomb fly. And a lot of times, this pretty much happens to me every game. But I'll bomb fly too far. And yeah. So a lot of times you like hold your sword so that like it can slow your fall. That time I didn't do it far enough. So, like, 8 seconds. So, let's say if you want to go back to your base, you use the bomb. Yeah. So, it is a pretty useful trick. I'd say on terms of difficulty, it's a 3. On terms of usefulness, it's a 9.5. It's very useful, especially if you're like, for speed runs in Doomspire Brickbattle. It's a really good trick to do. Yeah. So, the next trick we're going to learn is basically rocket boosting, except you're doing it a different way. So, actually, no, I'll call it rocket flying. So, rocket flying is basically the same thing as bomb flying. So, you want to, like, go into shift lock or like, this way, and, what you do is you place a rocket, you walk for a little bit, then you place a rocket and jump. So, it helps you get to a base faster without using the bomb fly. It's hard to do it really far. Yeah, so I'd say on terms of difficulty, it's probably a 4 because it's pretty hard at first, and it's still gonna be hard once you keep trying, but once you get good at it, it'll be good. But what's hard about it is that it's hard to do it far enough. Like, this trick is mainly used for going to another base. And we didn't even make it far enough. So what you have to do, or I already explained that, it's pretty hard to do. If you don't jump, it won't really do anything. But yeah, it's a pretty hard trick. At first, but then once you get good at it, it's pretty easy. So in terms of usefulness, I'd say it's probably, usually it doesn't take this long for me to record. I'd say it's probably, like, I'm only gonna give it a 6, because it's easier to use the mom fly. Actually, no, I'll give it a 7, because sometimes it can be really useful, but sometimes it will be no use at all. So yeah, anyways, on to the next trick. The next trick we are going to learn is wall saving. So let's say I mom fly, can't make it. This is a wall save. It's basically placing a wall on the ground. If you want to get back up, in this part. So yeah, it's a pretty hard trick, and it's easier if you do it when you're not in shift lock. And it's best to sword lunge to save your fall, or to slow your fall, so that it can be easier to land on it. Useful trick, but unlike you can do a different trick instead of doing the wall save. Unless for some reason you can't do that trick and you have to wall save. So yeah, on terms of difficulty, I would say it's a 5, because it's pretty hard. But yeah, on terms of usefulness, I'd say it's probably a 7, because once you become really good, you don't really need the wall save that much. But another case is if you want to place it in midair. We'll get to that in a moment. So what you want to do is you want to place the wall and then try to land on it. But anyway, on to the next trick. The next trick we are going to learn is rocket jumping. It's a really hard trick. It's a really cool trick, but it's hard. So let's say I'm going to base and I just need a little boost. That's actually not how you do it, but yeah. So let's say I'm going to make it. Okay, that was really bad. Really, it only took me one spot higher. It took me one spot higher again. There we go. What am I doing? It is a really cool trick, but it's really not that useful, and it is pretty difficult. So in terms of difficulty, I would say it's probably a 6, because it is pretty difficult. In terms of usefulness, I would say it's probably maybe only 4, because you really don't need this trick to be good at all. Unless it's an emergency, and oh my gosh, they're just making all the damn noise in the background. It's so annoying. We'll get to that trick later. So yeah, on terms of usefulness, oh yeah, I already rated it. What am I doing? What trick are we on? So the next trick we're going to learn is rocket blasting. It's where you jump. That's actually not what I do. But it's where you jump, then when you're about to fall, shoot a rocket, and then when it like hits around here, you want to jump forward. And you really don't need this trick at all to be good. So in terms of difficulty, I'd say it's 7. It's really hard to get in front of it. Sometimes you might like bomb jump or bomb rush too high. Okay, that was really bad. So yeah, on terms of difficulty, oh yeah, I already said that. On terms of, what is wrong with me today? I don't know. On terms of usefulness, I'd say it's probably a 2. Because it's really, you don't need this trick at all to be good. But again, it is a pretty cool trick to do. But you really don't need it. So on to the next trick. The next trick we are going to learn is slingshot jumping and super ball jumping. So first what you want to do is practice doing this. And there's another thing which is football jumping, but I don't know if it's anymore, but I was never able to do it. I can't do it at all. Paintball, you can do it for anything. Like paint your base. But it can also cause damage to others who are playing the game. So what you want to do is just hold spacebar. Oh, the slingshots are there. So do that. This one you can actually spam, but don't spam to click it the way I'm doing. And do it a little bit faster than usual. Don't do it too fast. Because if you do it too fast, then you won't be able to do it. So, and you have to hold spacebar and hold W, and yeah. But another thing is, sword slash, or you can sword slash, and jump, just ball jump, between the two. It's really hard to do, and so you gotta stretch your fingers while doing this. So, you want to hold spacebar. So you have your middle finger on W, your ring finger on 1 and 2, and your index finger on 6. If I was able to, I would show my hands and where they are on the keyboard, but yeah, it's a hard trick to do. So in terms of usefulness, it's like a flying trick. Like if you want to like fly anywhere, and people will call you hacker for this, for doing it at some point, but even though you're not really hacker. It's a pretty useful trick. I would say it's probably an 8 in terms of usefulness because it just helps you fly. But you can also do this. You can do only the slingshot, but you can't do only the super ball. You can do, if you don't want to use the sword, then do 3 slingshot jumps, and then the super ball jump, then 3 slingshot jumps again, and then another super ball jump. It's pretty easy to do. Easy? No, it's not easy to do. What am I talking about? It's pretty hard. It's easy for pros to do, but it's not easy for beginners to do. So yeah. When I said it was easy, guys, I did not mean it. It's actually much harder than you think. Sometimes you'll always mess up eventually. But yeah. That was weird. I think I double super ball right there. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah, you can also like double basically, you have to be on a bridge or a surface for this. But yeah. In terms of difficulty, I'll give it an 8. It's really difficult to do. Many people cannot do it. Once you learn it, it's still going to be pretty hard. It'll be a lot harder than it was when you first try. So, I can't think of it. Well, what you do to practice it is just do one jump. Just hold the spacebar and then do one jump. You can do it with the slingshot or with the super, and you can do it with the paintball. Or I actually don't think you can paintball jump. Yeah. Anyways, you're probably thinking this is the hardest trick. But actually, no. I have a trick to show you that's actually much harder. Well, not much harder, but it's only a little bit harder, but it's the hardest trick ever in Doomspire. It's placing a wall in midair. And it's also it's actually much harder than you think. So what you want to do is you want to slingshot jump, and then quickly after slingshot jumping, place a wall. And on the first try, you'll definitely mess up. I actually mess up all the time, but then you can bomb jump off of it. It's like if you want to do a bomb jump in midair, that's pretty much the only use for it. You can sometimes do it with a super bowl, but I find it easier to do it with a slingshot because you can do the slingshot. You can slingshot jump more than you can super bowl. Now that's how we do it with the super bowl. Oh my gosh, no. My dogs are really growling. I know, it's annoying. So, on terms of usefulness, I'd say it's probably a 6. Actually, 5. You really don't need this trick that much. But the really good reason is to bomb jump in the air, or you can just use it to beat the wall. But yeah. So, if you need to bomb jump in the air, I guess you can use that trick. On terms of difficulty, I'd say it's a 9. It's really hard to do, and you will never be able to do it on the first try. And sometimes you can just bomb jumping on it while placing one, and you will pretty much always place it on the ground. Well, not always, but it's really easy to mess up. While doing this trick. Yeah, it's a really hard trick. Yeah. So now this is the final trick. It's not really that hard of a trick, but since this base is already partially destroyed, I'll use a different base. So, the way I destroy a base is, you shoot a rocket in like this area towards the bottom, so that you have a hole, and I'll show you what to do with that hole. So, what you want to do is bomb launch to the next base. Try not to go too far. If you go too far, use slingshot jumping or wall saving. It's easier to do slingshot jumping. Place a bomb. Try to get it right in the middle. Then go down here. Just hop down here. Just go on the edge, and then the sword lunge to slow your fall, so that you can make it into the hole after jumping from all the way up there. So then place the bomb in this corner. Try not to go too far. And this is an update, so the explosions are bigger. So then try to destroy like these four blocks right here. So then shoot a rocket right there to break those blocks. And then place another bomb in the corner. and then the whole thing should collapse. And sometimes you might have to shoot a rocket there. What you can do is then shoot a rocket here, and then place a bomb, then bomb launch the next base. Sometimes the entire base might already fall, and it might get stuck in some of the thing that's left, and it'll get stuck. So you might have to find where it gets stuck. It can be pretty hard. Be careful not to land on that, because then you have to store jump and try to get back up. But a lot of times you'll mess up. So then do the same thing. Store jump. Shoot it up. And then bomb launch the base. Then do the same thing. And let's just say, well, part of it is already anyway. Sometimes you might want to slingshot jump. You can't make that. Do the same. Well, that time part of it was already destroyed. But if it wasn't, then yeah. So then you place it on, then you have to and hold the sword. It'll help you slow your fall. And that is how you become a pro in Doomspire Brickbattle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If there's any other tricks or if you get stuck on anything, be sure to leave a comment below. And also comment if you can do other tricks in this game. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.